Let's look at how WalkMe DAP is integrated with different applications to provide in-application help for those applications. First, let's note that within WalkMe, content is created within a specific system, which can be thought of as a workspace or repository. Each WalkMe system is typically created for a specific target application for reasons we'll discuss in a minute. And a typical WalkMe implementation will likely contain several systems, one for each target application for which application support is being provided. Help content created within a WalkMe system can be published to the test and/or production environment for that system. This is still within WalkMe, and publishing is really just a way of saying, make this content available to users of the test environment of an application versus users of the production environment of the application. For example, to allow content to be reviewed and approved in test before it's released to production for general availability. With all that in mind, let's now look at how a specific application or an instance of an application is connected to one of these environments for a specific WalkMe system. There are two ways of doing this, via script injection and via a browser extension. We'll look at these two separately. Firstly, using the script injection method, some code, a script, is effectively embedded in every page of the application. This script tells the application where to find the help content for that application. This is a good method to use for homegrown applications where the application developers have access to the source code for the application, so they can add this script to each page of the application. But most companies are using software applications developed by someone else, SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, and so on, for example. So they don't have access to the source code themselves and therefore can't embed the WalkMe script in the source code. However, for some popular applications, the application developer has worked with WalkMe to provide an easy way to specify this script once on a customization screen, and then the application itself injects this code into the page when the application page is served up to the user in the browser. SAP has provided this customization capability within S/4HANA, SuccessFactors, some flavors of Ariba, and several other of their large-scale applications. Other companies have done the same thing for their applications, such as Salesforce, or at least with Salesforce Lightning. Where this option is available, each instance or environment of a system is customized individually. So the script code in development or acceptance instances of the application will point to the WalkMe system test environment, and the script code in the production instance will point to the WalkMe system production environment. Again, this allows help content to be tested in a non-production environment before it's made available in production. But again, this is only possible for some applications where that integration has been built into the application. For many browser-based applications or other websites you may use, the developer hasn't provided this easy integration option, so the script injection method of integrating WalkMe DAP can't be used. But that doesn't mean that WalkMe can't be used with these applications at all. It just means that we need to use another integration method, which is the browser extension method. Using this method, a browser extension is installed in the user's browser. This extension constantly monitors the site the user is visiting and checks the URL of this site against a table within WalkMe to see if help is available for this application. If it is, then the help script is effectively embedded into the application page by the extension before that page is rendered on the user's screen, which then makes WalkMe available within that application, or technically overlaid on top of the application. The table the browser extension checks has multiple entries in it, one for each of the URLs for all of the applications and application instances that you want to provide help for. And it points to a specific WalkMe system and environment depending on this. This ensures that only help content applicable to that specific system will be shown in the application. Typically, help content is assigned to a specific screen within the application to provide another level of context sensitivity. That's why the URLs in the help mapping table have an asterisk wildcard at the end, to basically say any page within this domain, go and look at this particular WalkMe system and environment to get the help content to embed in the application page. Note that there's only a single browser extension, which means that if we want to provide help for another application, we just need to add the application to the help mapping table, which is actually done within WalkMe, effectively in the system definition, so it's not necessary to update the extension itself, just the table the extension's pointing to. The limitation to the browser extension method is that users of the application must have the browser extension installed. Typically, this is done by pushing the extension out to all users within the corporation, but it also means that it's not really useful for providing help to customers or suppliers outside of the organization using that organization's applications or website, as they're unlikely to have the extension installed.